localities should be spending the money that he has allocated to invest in. It appears as though the president did have a slight trip there as he's boarding Air Force One. Again, he's heading to.
I will also point out that the deficit that was brought forward last year was $517 billion more than what the Congressional Budget Office said it would be prior to passage of the $2 trillion American Rescue Plan. Would you agree with that?
I'm not sure I understood quite the numbers you gave, but certainly the rescue plan did.
The deficit last year ended up to be $517 billion more than what the Congressional Budget Office informed us would be prior to passage of the $2 trillion American Rescue Plan.
You really don't think that ESG or to defund projects or the chill that it sort of cast in the last couple of years on the fossil fuel industry, you don't think that's had any effect on how much we've been producing? Because that was the stated intention. As you said, when it was working, everybody was taking credit for it. Ro Khanna at one point said, look how much they've cut back on fossil fuel production in Europe. Why can't we get the same type of cuts here? I mean, it just seems like now the left is in denial that there's been any pressure to leave fossil fuels in the ground.
But there's more. There's more than one way to solve this problem. We're continuing working to bring down food prices and gas prices and save families' money by dealing with other items.
Look, they hate fossil fuels. And a lot of the numbers that I think Brian's really good, but a lot of the numbers he talked about are not true. I mean, we're not producing as much as we did under President Trump. The idea that it's the Europeans that are causing natural gas to go up a lot isn't true. We just were unprepared for this particular moment and don't have enough pipelines. And they don't. Yeah, it's better not be seen with them.
They are making efforts to obviously reduce their carbon footprints. All the majors have the ambition of being carbon neutral.
But did you ever hear Biden
say that? Scope 1 and 2, by the way.
Have you heard Biden say, you know what, they're doing things and I want to break bread with them? Have you heard him say that?
No.
It's like they're doing nothing. It's like the companies from the 70s. He is not in touch with business.
There should be a more robust dialogue. I don't know to what extent there is. Deese referred to it. I don't know. You certainly could imagine a more robust dialogue around all of these
Maybe it was
issues.
more unionized. Then he talked to them.
They don't consider them a partner to a certain extent or a trusted partner in the energy transition.
But so the Saudis are better? Is it better to go to Saudi Arabia?
No, it isn't. But at the same time, we do have this climate change issue, which is not an insignificant one. And
so
it keeps
deal
coming
with the devil
every year.
Saudi Arabia, not Permian. So the Saudis are better friends of the United States than Western Texas. All right, fine.
Yesterday's USA Today front page story. Picture, Madam Chairman, of you, Madam Secretary, you and the President of the United States. Yesterday's USA Today headline: small risk of inflation swelled to a global threat. Underneath, White House waved off economists' warnings. And they quote you from ABC, March of 2021, is there a risk of inflation? You responded, I think there's a small risk. This is with regard to signing the American Rescue Plan. You say, and I think it's manageable. Given that, it makes me wonder why Americans should put any confidence in your pronouncements and decisions and recommendations today.
The Energy Secretary Granholm is saying, oh, well, if you went to Canada, you'd be paying $6.25 a gallon. If you went to Germany, you'd be paying over $8.80. In the UK, it's almost $8 a gallon. What kind of an argument is that?
I think what she's trying to say, and what we have all been trying to say, is this is a global challenge.
Is its job to protect Americans from global challenges?
He's doing his part. The president has done. He's tapped into the Strategic Petroleum Reserve.
When the president, when senior administration officials are talking to people in Saudi Arabia, the question of oil production never comes up.
I'm saying it's not the focus. It's not on the agenda, right? That's something for OPEC Plus to decide. Clearly, Saudi Arabia chairs that, and so we just want to be very clear on that.
To then have the president visiting with Mohammed bin Salman, how does it make sense to deny those countries and then have a visit with the Crown Prince?
Well, first of all, there's no trip for me to announce.
He may not do it?
I'm just saying that I just don't have anything. It's a hypothetical, and I just don't have anything to announce or to speak to about a meeting. You said he's going to be meeting with. I'm telling you, I don't have anything to announce.
Are there some in the administration who say he shouldn't be meeting?
Well, let me just, you asked me about.
To lower the risk around these kinds of investments, support policy reforms and improve investment and climate in countries. Excuse me, the investment climate, the climate of investment in these countries. And thank you. Well, thank you all very much.
Mr. President, are you disappointed in the boycott? Mr. President, are you disappointed in the boycott?
I don't see any primetime hearings set for gas price, for battling inflation, for feeding our children, for making the streets safer.
Potentially lowering high-speed internet bills on the average for average family, $30 a month. Okay, well, you're paying extra more than $30 a month for your gas, but that still increases the money out of pocket, decrease the amount you have to put out. The point is, we're doing everything in our power.
I do have to say, just on the issue of gas prices, after waiting for a long time to have enough chips in this country to finally get my electric vehicle, I got it and drove it from Michigan to here this last weekend and went by every single gas station, and didn't matter how high it was. And so I'm looking forward to the opportunity for us to move to vehicles that aren't going to be dependent on the whims of the oil companies.
I think the other mission, every viewer who watches your show went to a gas station this past weekend and filled up. Yep. Or put $10 in or $5 in or whatever they could afford. And if it wasn't them, it was a member of their family that was sitting shotgun in the car, or maybe a friend who did the same thing. And they look at that thing and they think, man, this is sticker shock. Where's it going to stop? Well, the question went to the White House yesterday about what are you going to do about gas prices? And what was the answer? We have nothing to preview for you. Well, what did you do over the weekend? Because this is front of mind for Americans. And the answer yesterday, just like the Normandy question,
Bill,
was absent.
Gas prices, I understand what the administration has done up to this point on the policy side. Given the fact that they keep hitting new highs, are there new initiatives, new policy proposals that your team is working through right now that could possibly have an effect that you could roll out in the weeks ahead if prices continue where they've been?
So everything's on the table as what happened when Putin started a mass, but we're going to continue to do everything that we can. I don't have anything to preview for you.